Kobe, before we get to the obvious, you just got back from Dubai. What was that like?
Oh, it was incredible. It was a great experience. People are so nice. You know, they welcomed us with open arms, and you know, I had a great trip.
All right, Kobe, we've all been following Instagram, Vine. We are loving following your recovery. How is it going, and what's the plan for you in camp?
It's going well. You know, it's I've been progressing quickly. You know, now it's a matter of trying to, you know, make sure it holds up when performance time comes. Making sure the explosion is there, you know, muscle endurance is there, and you know, things like that.
We ask you this every year because you're the leader, you're the captain, you're the guy that stimulates and get this team going. What's going to be the most challenging thing this year after all the injuries last year and all the stuff, and what's going to be the biggest challenge this year to get this team back on track?
Well, I mean, it's always health, right? You have to start with health first. You have to, you know, hopefully we'll have a season this year where the majority of the guys are not dealing with injuries that last, you know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, that sort of thing. And then after that, I mean, it's just really about understanding each other and observing each other. And a lot of us is the first time playing together, so just figuring out what we can and can't do and trying to support each other that way. And, you know, when you have that chemistry, you can do some pretty surprising things.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I've gone out on the limb and I've said Kobe's, one of his biggest challenges is going to be if he can take a step back sometime and allow some of the younger guys to flourish. You're an animal. You're a dominant competitor, and I know how difficult that is to do. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that going to be one of your challenges, to allow some of the younger guys, or do you go back to dominating Kobe all the time?
Well, I mean, you have to be able to step back and allow other guys to step in and share in that spotlight. You know, that's the only way you win championships. And we've been fortunate enough to do it 5 times, and you know, every single time we've been able to do that, we've had guys step up and make significant contributions. So, you know, that's not saying anything different out of ordinary for every year for me.
Right.
Kobe, your rehab, specifically the Achilles. Tell us about that and how it feels. And by the way, Mitch was not happy when you jumped off the high dive. I liked it.
Yeah, a lot of people had mini heart attacks that happened with. No, it feels fine. I mean, it feels really strong. It's stable, and you know, the hard part was over in the sense of the tendon. You know, the tightness of the tendon. You know, there's always a concern in making sure that we overstretch it too early, and that hasn't been the case.
We all know Judy Cito is the MVP of this team. Specifically, what are some of the things you're doing? We saw you picking up the marbles.
Yeah, well, Judy's been with me all summer, so everywhere I've gone, you know, she's been with me.
She said you let her off one trip.
She was let off the hook on a Dubai trip. She was let off the hook on a Dubai trip. Other than that, I mean, everywhere I went, every single day, she was there.
And what's the daily routine? What are you doing? Just different things?
Different things. I mean, she pretty much ran the show. And there are certain things like the picking up the marbles, and you know, there are a couple other things I didn't put on there, like, you know, towel crunches. And, you know, just the little things that kind of work on the little intricacies of the muscles that you ordinarily wouldn't work on. You know, everybody wants to go in the gym and do calf raises and all this other stuff, right? You know what I mean?
Oh, like so I shouldn't be doing that.
The sexy muscles, right? But no, it's the little tedious ones that she's a master at.
You know, Mitch said something funny the other day. He said, I don't know, Kobe's probably at a gym late night doing some basketball activity. Are you doing any basketball activity that you can share with us?
No, I haven't done anything. I haven't touched the ball, you know, in the sense of, you know, putting together a workout or something like that. I haven't done any of it.
Kobe, when they pick you guys 12th in the West, I mean, think about it. A team with Steve Nash, Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol, Farmar's back. What do you say to that?
Well, I don't say much to it. I mean, listen, you know, those people have been wrong before. You know, they picked us to win a championship last year, and, you know, they were dead ass wrong about that. So, you know, who's to say they're going to be right about their prediction this year?
And, you know, you and Pau have really bonded over the years. Having him back, him healthy, how important is that to this team? Mitch Kupchak says he can be an all-star again. I know you believe that as well.
Of course he can. You know, with Powell's just a matter of him playing in his natural role. You know, for whatever reason, you know, the emergence of Andrew Bynum, you know, Dwight coming here, it's kind of pushed Powell to the back burner. And, you know, we tend to forget that, you know, how we won 2 championships was playing through him a lot. So, you know, this year he has opportunity to go back to that.
You know, Kobe, with a mixture of the younger blend of players that have come in, and you bring in an experienced guy like a Chris Kaman, I see a better defensive team, particularly on the perimeter. It takes a little bit more pressure off of Steve Nash,
right,
and it makes you guys holistically a better defensive team. Is that something you see as well?
Well, we're able to plug a couple areas that we were lacking last year, and length and athleticism and speed. With Nick Young and Wesley. It came in as well. I mean, guys that are mobile and that can get after guys on the perimeter. But in particular, Wesley and Nick. That's the athleticism that we desperately needed.
Kobe, can you give us a timetable? What are your personal goals for coming back?
Well, my personal goal is today to get out and do a little bit more. When we start practice, get moving a little bit. And then see how he reacts tomorrow, right? And just progressively try to work on that explosion, on that muscle endurance, and see where it goes.